Happy March Madness, everybody. Literally the best holiday of the year is March Madness, and specifically day one. But I wake up this morning, and I'm just so happy about that Sixers win. The amount of extended highlights that I watched yesterday on YouTube was literally disturbing before I fell asleep. It was just an all-around amazing win. And I take a look back at just everything, and Joel Embiid and his 37 and 22, we need to just sit back and realize what the hell we have. This guy is so special, and he's still so raw. It's like he's actually just getting his feet wet in the sport of basketball. Now, in reality, we got to make sure that he stays healthy enough to be able to reach his top level here, but man, this guy is so good. He's so dominant. He just takes over the basketball game. And for all of the Celtics fans that are complaining about the free throws, oh my gosh, look at the free throws disparity. How can you say that? Oh my goodness, they got to the free throw line so much more. Home refs. We run our offense to a big man who's the best big man in the league. That is why he's so special. That's not the refs with bad foul calls. That's Joel Embiid's dominance. There's a big difference. That's why Joel Embiid is so damn good in this league, because he's unguardable. He's unstoppable. And that means you have to foul him. Those are legitimate fouls. You have to watch the basketball game. Of course, there's going to be bad ticky-tack ones here and there, but all around, Joel Embiid's dominance is what makes him get to the free throw line at ease, and that's why he's so damn talented. It's as simple as that. It's not like the Boston Celtics were running a slow-paced offense, putting it down in the low block and going to work and making us foul. They don't play that style to the extent that we do. They don't have that guy. They kick out. They shoot the threes. They have Kyrie Irving. They get realistically easy layups to the basket. That's why the free throws were so separated. Just such a sick performance. Jimmy Butler after the game, just talking about how important this really was. And he can feel it throughout the locker room. Seeing guys like Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons after the game, you can just sense how important it was. And I know, I sit here and I get that Bane's out, Hayward out, and Marcus Smart leaving the basketball game. I know that plays a role. But right now in this situation, that's not what it's about. It's not about it playing a role. It's just about going out there, being down 11 and a half, coming out and starting the second half with a shot clock violation and just grinding back and winning a game against a really good team. Take those three guys out of it, they're still a really good team, and we went and being down 11 points, won the basketball game. We are now on a 6-game win streak, and just taking a look at the 6 teams that we beat on this streak, it starts with the Pacers, and I get it, there's no Oladipo, and they're somewhat slipping, but they're still right now in the 4th seed. It starts with the Pacers. We beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in an ugly one. We beat the Sacramento Kings. Then we take on the Bucks in Milwaukee and win. The Hornets without Embiid with a W, and we take down the Boston Celtics at home. Just a really good 6-game win streak right now. We're keeping the ball turnovers. We're keeping the ball in our hands and limiting turnovers throughout these last few games. Just amazing. A total big difference. And you got to give credit to Brett Brown last night. You have to. You have to. He outcoached Brad Stevens in the second half. He did. Now, can he do it in a 7-game series? We're going to have to wait and see. And we might not be able to wait and see that until the Eastern Conference Finals if we both make it there. Gutsy performance. Beautiful performance. Outstanding. Outstanding. One thing I want to talk about, though, is this Marcus Smart thing. This is just a concept that is possible, if you will. Do you think Marcus Smart was informed to do that? Maybe to get Joel Embiid off of his game? Maybe for something in the future, where now we're in the playoffs and we're playing the Boston Celtics. Joel Embiid remembers this. Joel Embiid remembers Marcus Smart pushing him. He does something stupid. He gets kicked out of the game. Do you think that there's a chance the Celtics were like, all right, listen, this is one regular season game. I don't really care what ends up happening. Get on his nerves. Do something stupid. Make sure that maybe he remembers this for later on, or maybe he retaliates now and gets him kicked out of the game. I don't know if it got deep to that level, but it's just something that is possible. It's something that I thought of, that maybe they had a game plan on let's rock Joel Embiid's mindset out of this game. Let's just irritate him, get him out of his flow, and maybe best case scenario, he does something stupid in the playoffs if we see them. It might be a reach. I'm just thinking maybe. And one other big topic here is clearly the bench struggles. But you got to keep in mind, we have the best starting 5 outside of the Warriors in the NBA. In the playoffs, the best 5 has to play. The best 5 plays the most. They're playing high 30, 40 minutes a night. Now, of course, we need some contribution. You can't sit there and get 2 points out of your bench every single night in the playoffs. Maybe if it's a Mike Scott 3, maybe if it's a Boban 10 points. We need some sort of spark off the bench in the playoffs. But 92% of this game is going to rely on the starters in the playoffs. So I know it's a big issue looking at it now, but you know, they do get very limited in minutes as the playoffs go. If we can rock just a 10-minute spark out of TJ McConnell in the playoffs, if we can get 1 or 2 threes out of Mike Scott, Boban just providing minutes for Joel Embiid to get a little bit of rest, that's really all we do need. I know it looks concerning and it really is big right now, but as the playoffs really get rocking and rolling, it's a totally different ball game. It's a totally different mentality. It really is. So we just got to really hope that we can get just a little something out of the bench in the playoffs, because the starters are clearly going to give it to us. At the end of this day, all I think about is that Jimmy Butler stare down. All I think about is that Jimmy Butler great look as he drains that 2-pointer. Oh, it was great. It was literally unbelievable and just an awesome, awesome win. Like I've said, it's not about beating Boston without these players. It'll totally be different in a 7-game series. I mean, I'm not telling you that that's wrong. I get that. I know that there were players missing on the Celtics. I know that. I know Marcus Smart, one of their best defenders, got kicked out of the game. I know that. This game wasn't about that. This game was actually taking down the Celtics, having a different type of swagger, having a different type of mentality that shows we can do this. We can fight. We can come back from the Celtics team. Listen, the Celtics blew a 15-point lead. They were up 15 points. This wasn't just, hey, they lost their players and then we dominated them. No, we were down. We were down. They were up 15 points on us without these said players. And we came back and fought back. I mean, that's a huge difference. It's an absolute huge difference. So taking a look at just what we have coming up here, we play the Hawks on Saturday. I'm curious on when Joel Embiid's going to get some rest. If we're going to let JJ get some rest as well. I know we have a couple back-to-backs here. I believe 2 more. But we play the Hawks. We play the Magic. Looking at the schedule, though, when you look at dead serious games, we play Milwaukee at home, and they're really falling apart. Mirotic goes down now after Brogdon. We play the Brooklyn Nets at home, and listen, D'Angelo Russell is balling out right now, and they always give us a tough matchup. So I'm going to put a little star next to that game, too, and say that's a pretty big one. Timberwolves in Minnesota, you know, Jimmy's not going to want to lose that game. But, you know, we have a really good chance here to secure the 3 seed and make it legit official. People want to talk about, is the 2nd seed possible? I mean, it technically is, I guess, but you know, it's a little bit of a reach. The Toronto Raptors need to kind of fall apart, and it looked like they might have lost one last night in OKC, but they end up grinding the win out and getting it done. They're a tough team right now. But listen, all we can do is focus on us. We have some games against the Bulls. We have some back-to-backs, the Hawks. I mean, I know we have some weak opponents lined up, but we got to take care of business here. We got to finish out strong. We got to build off this. We need to keep rocking Jimmy at the 1 late. We got to pretty much, you know, keep rolling with this rhythm that we have. Keep doing what Brett Brown has been doing. He's using these players very smartly, doing a good job. And that's all, you know, that's all I can think about right now, really, is the Sixers. I swear to you, this is an amazing time. That win was electric. It was dynamite. Watching Embiid just do his thing is great. So just in the comment section, just discuss how great Joel Embiid is. Talk about his dominance. Talk about, do you think the Marcus Smart thing that I said is a little bit of a reach? That maybe he did it on purpose to get under his skin for now and maybe the future? It could be a reach. It could be a reach. But what a dynamite win. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. March Madness. It's going to be a great 4 days.